Alright, boys and girls, Pickled Dragon here. Just received a big shipment of miniatures. And these are from Paizo's Jungle of Despair set. I've already unboxed them, so they're just kind of sitting off camera, but here we have the Water Drake. And in most of my videos where I talk about miniatures, I oftentimes mention, look for miniatures that you can multi-purpose. So this is kind of an interesting miniature because it could be a number of different things. It could be an ambush drake. It could be even a hatchling of a wyvern if you wanted it to be. It's got no forearms, so it's got the wyvern body type. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and set that guy aside. Um, I'm really excited about several of these. Now, this is a serpent folk wizard. Could be a lizard folk wizard or even a yuan-ti. It looks closer to be like a yuan-ti than a lizard folk in the face, but the body itself looks more lizard folky. So he could serve as a player character that if someone's using the lizard folk race, or just an NPC. It's pretty nice sculpt though. He's got a staff there. Nice looking fella, handsome, really attract the ladies. Here's one of the ones I really like. It's a ranger, and obviously a beast master. He's got his little hawk friend. See if I can get him to focus. What the heck? There we go. Very nice miniature. Got a sword in a hand and his little hawk. Mark Singer would be proud. He's the beast master. So I've been talking for a while about the Monstrous Lexicon that's coming out. It's the monster manual that the Arcane Library and I have put together. And that's coming out soon, 70 new monsters. One of them is known as the Clued. And the Clued is like kind of a bat folk, but very, very evil, carnivorous, blood-drinking folk. And this miniature, it's a Sabosan from that set. And he looks a lot like the Clued, so I decided to grab him up and just show him off a little bit because I think he could serve as a Clued. Ooh, I like these guys too. All right, giant leeches. You can see they've got that lamprey like mouth there. Pretty vile looking worms, but they're big. They're medium-sized leeches. So if they're gonna latch onto something, they're not gonna be happy very long. The plastic, it's a shiny black. It's different than the other plastics they make their miniatures out of. It has a kind of a ping to it. Definitely kind of a more hard, shiny plastic than the others. A dryad. It's hard to find a good dryad miniature. Wizards of the Coast has one, and it looks like a big squashed bug. But this one's not too bad. She looks happy. She's got a little bird on her hand. I'm not sure if she's coming into focus there. Really need to get a better camera because this guy is not doing the job. But in any case, the dryad, nice looking dryad. And we'll follow her up with this guy. I love this guy. It's a water nymph. And those ears. Look at those ears. Amazing sculpt for a water nymph. Beautiful. Grabbed a couple of those. I did grab a little bit of terrain just because they were cool. It's just a post with skulls on it. Nice. Not too bad. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There you go. Looks good. Huh? Yeah. I got 4 of those guys. Just because they look cool. Okay, let's move right along. This next one I really like. This is a chupacabra. At least Paizo style chupacabra. And he could serve as a demon, a devil, just make up your own monster kind of style thing. He is awesome looking though. Come on, focus. He is quite awesome. The paint job and the sculpt on him is great, especially for a pre-painted. Looks great. Is he focusing? Let's get him to focus, guys. The back of him looks great too. He's pretty ripped, muscular. But I grabbed a couple. Paint job on this one's not quite as neat. They went a little crazy. They got the blue of the tongue around the lips there. But, you know, not too bad. Same ripped back though. They're going to the same gym. Looking good. Now, I kind of saved the last. Kind of a DM tip I like to do. I like to use carnivorous plants. I love to use carnivorous plants. This is the Paizo shambling mound. It's just a giant mound of weeds. It's a little bit different than the Wizards of the Coast one. But I like to create living plants that, I shouldn't say living, but animated plants, carnivorous plants that have long-reaching tentacles. So, you know, if you wanted to make yourself a really big plant creature with a kind of a giant core that the party has to fight their way to, you know, you could start scattering vines and other plants that actually are part of, come on, get up there, let's focus. Look at that. You could start scattering vines further out from the core, but it's actually part of the same creature. So, for example, let's just zoom out a little bit here. You know, if I were running an encounter in a jungle, you know, I might be able to have the party see the kind of the central core there. And I actually have other plants. I'm going to pull them out. And these came from another Paizo set. This is a viper vine. Let me show that guy off. Paizo, I guess, really gets behind their plants quite a bit. But, you know, you could build yourself one enormous plant that the party first would have to slay its outer elements to get to the center core, to defeat the core here. And, I mean, I actually have one of the monsters coming in the Monsters Lexicon soon. It's called Rotten Root. And he's a giant plant, a gargantuan-sized plant, whose roots and vines and all of its extremities extend for miles. So it's basically, the landscape is one large layer, and I think it's going to have all these layer actions. And it's going to be quite a challenge for a party to fight to the center of Rotten Root. To slay the creature. But you know, anytime you're dealing with miniature sets, you know, this guy by himself, he's not too bad. You know, he's a big tangle of weeds with some vines. But, you know, you cluster these into a single creature, and it suddenly becomes darn cool. I like this. It has one of the vines is growing out of the skeleton's mouth. If you can see that, let me see if we can get it. Focus. There it is. It's pretty beautiful. But again, this is the Jungle of Despair from Paizo. I really like this set. There are some miniatures I don't care for as much from the set. I kind of cherry picked, to be honest, from this set. But there's a number of newer sets coming out from both Paizo and Wizards of the Coast, and I want to buy cases of each of those down the road. I think Paizo has the Kingmaker set coming out in October, or this month. I mean, it is October. Golly. So that's coming up real soon. But I also have more miniatures on the way. There was the huge-sized Hydra from this set, and I'll be unboxing that for you as soon as it arrives. And that one has some extremely entertaining parts to it that I can't wait to show off. But, let me know what you think of these miniatures. Again, whenever buying miniatures, think about what you can do with them outside of just what the Monster Manual entry is. You know, buy miniatures that can serve multiple purposes. This could be an NPC or a player character. This lizard or serpent folk wizard, I should say. This ranger is beautiful, but you know, these vines as a standalone, yeah, sure, we'll have the party fight some vines. Make it as part of the extremities of a larger creature. Very cool. Can't wait for the Clued to be unveiled. Let's see if I can get him to focus. I didn't get him to focus real well last time. Oh, wrong way. There you go. And the Clued has a really cool backstory, which I'll share with you when we get a little closer to the release of uh, the Monsters Lexicon from both the Arcane Library and the Pickled Dragon. I guess that's about it for these miniatures. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, let me know what you think. I will be posting the unboxing of the Hydra. Focus. I'll be posting the unboxing of the Hydra as soon as it comes in, and again, that one has some pretty cool little features to it that make it fun. Also, we have Rare Elements. Rare Elements Foundry is having a Kickstarter starting Monday for coins, fantasy coins. And I'll have a post about that real soon too. Beautiful, beautiful coins. So stay tuned for that. I'll have a link for that. But in the meantime, check out my Patreon page. We got links in the description, or you can go to my website, pickledragon.com. There's links to my Patreon page, to all my adventures, Days of Blight 2, all of them. Also, there'll be links to my Teespring account for gaming shirts, Pickled Dragon shirts, Days of Blight shirts, and just goofy shirts, and gaming shirts for kids. I'm going to start a line of gaming shirts for kids, so keep a lookout for that. In the meantime, happy gaming. Have fun, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.